Hello, everyone. Jorge here with Abalo's Cloud Native and Nexus Technologies, where we talk about everything IT, basically. Anything to do with technology, we love it here. So when it comes to cybersecurity, blockchain, smart contracts, we love to talk about IoT too as well. And especially, we love to talk about cloud native technologies, microservices. So I came out with this conclusion that we are going to be teaching people how to become. Let's write this down here, okay? So we're gonna teach people how to become a platform engineer and SRE engineer, right? So we got those two careers that we do here with. Who are we? So we are Cloud Canada, my company. And I use this channel just to communicate with people, to keep it aside from the business. This is more like a community. So Avalos is more like a community. littcloud is more like a company. littcloud and another company called Cloud Underground. Okay. So two companies, right? And so let's put it here. littcloud Canada and Cloud Underground will be teaching people how to become a platform engineer and SRE engineer. Okay, great. We got that. Let's change the color for this one here. Okay. How are we going to do that? Okay. We have a Cloud Underground developing the Underground Nexus. Okay. They developed the Underground Nexus. And what is the Underground Nexus? The Underground Nexus, I'm going to say it is a sandbox. Okay. And this sandbox have basically a lot of systems built in, a lot technologies or tools or use cases. For example, we have a SOC, a security operation center inside the sandbox. Okay. What else do you have? You have SIEM, security information event management, right? So you know what's happening. What do you have? A patching system. So you patch in the system, which is usually it's usually a Linux machine. We don't use a lot of Windows in here because we're trying to go open source. So yeah, let's write in open source. So you're aware. Okay, open source. What else do we have in the system? We use something called Zero Trust. Zero Trust. I think it's yeah, Zero Trust. Zero Trust. So the concept of Zero Trust is basically is let's say that you think about pretty much everything about security and you try to give access to people exactly for what they need. So you try to eliminate any possible source of attacks. Okay. So the Zero Trust is not a technology, it's not a product, it's not it's just like a framework for basically helping you to isolate possible vector attacks, right? So for people trying to hack your business, your computer, your anything, even social engineering. Okay. What else we got here? We also have something called we use a CD approach. Sorry, CI. Continuous improvement, continuous integration, continuous delivery or deployment. How do we do that? We got something use GitLab, or you can use I think it's called Get Kraken. Get Kraken. I think it is, yeah. So what else do we have in this? Basically, we have Kubernetes, or KAS, better called like KAS. There is also another version called K3S, right? You can also use that one too. What else do we use? We use Docker containers, which are like computers running as a service inside another computer. What else are you going to learn with us? You're going to learn the concept of cloud agnostic. Oh, let's put it in another box over here. Cloud agnostic. Okay, basically whatever we develop, it doesn't matter if it was Intel, AMD, Razer, doesn't matter what architecture, right? Or ARM, we make it work, right? In any cloud. It could be on premise, it could be in the public cloud. But cloud agnostic means that we make things to work anywhere. So we can spin our products anywhere we want. Okay. So we know we use a concept called cloud agnostic a lot. What else would we use here? So we talk about SOC, SIEM, CI/CD pipelines with GitLab and Gitkraken. We use concepts like cloud agnostic. Basically, this box, I call this box the everything box. Okay, why? Because you can do pretty much anything. So if something fell, we have cluster, right? Something fails, another container takes over, right? We have zero trust. We have if people is coding like, let's say we're developing some script for Linux or any application, we are scanning all the time. Since the moment you get you submit that code, but you commit that code, it's already being scanned, it's already being fixed. Okay. Basically, what we teach you here is how to manage a company, the main platform, to basically focus a lot more in the customers and applications and people who is developing. What you need when you're using this box is just developers, and any requests, any problems they have, then you help them. Oh, I need to automate this. Oh, I need to I need to basically have more machines or anything you can think of. You're gonna be the support of that, because now platform engineering there's a lot of jobs for that, and there is a lot of job for SRE engineer or site reliability engineers. Okay, so what do? Well, they have to do something to do with observability, security, automation, containers, clustering, and you have to learn how to monitor all these, right? You need to know how to implement these systems. But you need to be able to understand this. You try to understand it, then you implement it by playing around with all these tools, Kubernetes, Docker, concepts like cloud agnostic, zero trust, vulnerability patching management, all this. Basically, you don't need to take 4 or 10 years to learn all these concepts, which is kind of a little bit sad that in some locations or schools or entity, they don't teach you this kind of stuff. So people is like clueless of what's happening out there. So what is the call for today? The call for today is that if you join our team, you're going to learn all this with us slowly. It's going to take some time, but it will not take you like 20 years. So I was thinking about people let's say you want to be a programmer. Well, that may take you some time to learn the skills and also to market yourself and to get a job, because a lot of companies always ask for experience no matter what. And also, they don't ask for one programming language. You need to know Golang, Rust, which are the two programming languages that are booming right now, Python, JavaScript, Java, TypeScript. So they want you to know everything. They want you to be back-end. They want you to be front-end, or they want you to be a full-stack developer. Well, I say, instead of helping people to take that route, which sometimes it may take a lot for them to get a job, what about if we're teaching how to develop the environments, the platforms where people will be doing work? It could be developing, it could be maybe running an application, right? The truth is that with this underground Nexus box developed by Cloud Underground, it will give you a lot of hands-ons to play with. You can break and fix the box, add new features, make it. Maybe you don't want to use Docker for clustering, Docker Swarm. Maybe you want to use Kubernetes. Maybe you want to manage all your containers using Kubernetes. Who knows? The truth is that with us, with me and Cloud Underground, you're gonna have 2 different careers. And on top of that, once you learn all these, right, you're gonna have people in our community who's already doing blockchain. Other people are doing smart contracts. Other people are doing cyber security. Other people are doing IoT, which I'm really interested into IoT, just to collect data from anything I want. What else we got here? IoT. Then we got people doing just microservices. Microservices, it means a lot of different services. Okay, it's like you break apart applications by modules. So when you try to make a change or fix something, it's easier for you and faster, and you can scale way faster. So cybersecurity, blockchain, smart contracts. Can't remember any other part here. Yeah, we do basically systems in general. We got some people doing AI. Some people is doing AI too. They're developing tools. All right, so let's put that in there. How are we gonna do that? Well, we're gonna play. I'll put this one over here. We're gonna play with all these technologies. So basically, it's gonna be littcloud Canada Cloud Underground. You're gonna be a platform engineer, a SRE engineer, which I'm gonna be guiding you a lot. You're gonna play with the Underground Nexus, which is a sandbox computer that have many other systems, multi-cloud containers, many applications. There is like 40 containers running, doing clustering, checking, patching, and all that stuff. You're gonna be like, wow, I can learn all this in just one place. Yes, you can. Okay, you're gonna use concepts like zero trust, cloud agnostic. Then you're gonna use GitLab, so you learn how to automate things and check for vulnerabilities, what people is coding and all that, and microservices, right? So, but also, we want you to learn Amazon Web Services and Azure, Microsoft Azure, right? Because so what we have in here, everything that we're gonna teach you here, everything you will learn with us, with our coaching and all that, is basically open source. Everything is open source. Everything, like all the components are free. But when you go to AWS and Azure, there is components that are paid. There is vendors. Let's say there is a vendor that does cybersecurity. There is a vendor who may do maybe you want to use an antivirus as a paid version. Let's say Trellix or McAfee. Maybe you want to use Splunk for security information event management. Maybe you want to use the paid version of GitLab. Anyways, what I'm trying to tell you is that the Underground Nexus is full open source. It's almost the same concepts as that you were developing stuff on AWS and Azure, right? But maybe there is paid version for Kubernetes, right? Like just like Terraform. Terraform have a partnership with VMware. Kubernetes too, they have their own version customized for what they do. So what about if we teach you how to develop a few Underground Nexus, right? But in the cloud with vendor pay versions, right? Maybe you can do that. And then you're already a master. You have a solid background because you did everything from scratch. Now using these tools may be a little bit easier. You will go with some solid background. And not just that, you will learn how to use the AWS and Azure. There's other ones. There is Alibaba. I'm talking, this is public cloud, right? But there is also virtual private clouds, right? So maybe you find a vendor, another data center that is not so famous, right, as Amazon or Azure, but it's a private company that they have data centers, and you rent equipment from them. So in a few words, right, what I'm trying to tell you here is that we are going to learn public cloud. We're gonna learn public cloud. Because if you learn the public cloud, right, and you learn to develop a few Underground Nexus boxes with paid versions of vendors products, that will be awesome. Also the opportunity for you to deploy the Underground Nexus in different data centers, right? Myself, I have it home, but eventually soon I'm going to deploy the Underground Nexus in AWS, which is basically just, I just need a Linux machine with Docker, and that's it. I'll be able to pull my code. So since we need the public cloud, because in the future, I'm going to be developing blockchain technologies, okay, myself, which I'm already doing it. So once I develop my infrastructure in the cloud, well, now this is what's going to happen with my blockchain. Now I'm going to go here a little bit. I'm going to put a circle here. gonna put a circle here, circle here. Let's put those three. So now these three, so let's say this is one peer. Peer one. And then I'm gonna call this one peer two. I'm talking about blockchain now, okay? And now I'm gonna call this one endorser, which is another peer. And then I'm gonna have another one over here, committer. Oh, committer. All right, so this one, we're talking about blockchain technologies now, okay? So now we got one peer. So a peer could be an endorser or a committer. But I also need what we call an orderer. So these ones are components of a blockchain, okay? So a peer could be an endorser or a peer could be a committer. So let's say the peer, this one wants to submit a smart contract, a transaction. This peer is going to endorse a transaction, and this peer is going to commit the transaction. And then after the committing the transaction, is going to send it to the orderer. But for all these people to communicate together, they need a CA or certificate authority, which is another component of the blockchain. Okay. So now we also have organizations. We got users, we got entities, we got a lot of stuff. Okay. So what happened if I deploy a blockchain home and then I want that blockchain, I want to extend it outside from my house. I want to send it to the city. Now I want the city to have it. Local residents, maybe the country, maybe a state, maybe the province, right? So I can deploy different components anywhere I want. And one of the places where I want to develop my blockchain just to be more robust, I'm going to have different components in AWS, Azure, Alibaba, and any other platform. So that's why we need to learn this, right? Because it's going to open, you learning the public cloud is going to open your opportunities to a lot more. I've been applying for some jobs, and sometimes if I don't have a lot of public cloud experience, they don't take me. They say, no, you need more experience. That's why we're coming up with this exam. It's called the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. And the exam number is CLF C02. Okay, this one came out, I think it was sometime in September last year, right? The exam is only 65 questions, 90 minutes, $100, which is not that bad comparing to Cisco and many other vendors out there, which is crazy. I don't know why it costs so much. And then you can practice an exam for $20. You can do the exam from home, right? With camera, identity, you have to have all your papers, your documentation ready. They're gonna take pictures. They're gonna be recording you. Someone's gonna be monitoring you. And the core concepts. Okay, so what are the topics? How are they gonna balance this exam? So basically, there is not a lot of like technical, like it's not like you're gonna be coding or implementing systems or anything like that. This exam is a very basic exam for AWS. So what do you learn in here, right? Just to summarize everything. You learn what are the main services of AWS, right? What are they? How do they call them? So you learn that, what services and tools, not just services, it's tools too, which are basically like applications too, basically. Okay, what else are you going to learn? You're going to learn how the billing. So how do you pay them? You get a contract for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Do you have some freebies, right? Maybe, right? There is a free tier for 1 year for different services. You learn how you can save money. Maybe if you scale your system, they give you a better price. Maybe no, right? So all these things you're going to learn here. They added 2 new modules, AI and machine learning, that we have it over here. As you can see here, AI and machine learning. I'm wondering if I can change the color for it. Oh, yes, I can. So AI and machine learning. Okay, I was talking about the pricing, right? You're gonna learn about how the pricing works for your services that you are going to be using. It's only 12% for the total weight of the exam. So you're gonna learn AWS services, just like I said before. I don't think we're gonna be deploying a lot of stuff in here, but you need to learn core concepts, the storage, databases, networking, because every vendor have their own naming, right? Their own version of whatever technologies. For example, smart contracts. Smart contracts, when we talk about centralized blockchain, they call it chain code. It's totally different. So yes, so let's learn the cloud concepts. 24%. Okay, that's the way for the exam here. You need to understand how the adoption of AWS framework is working, migration strategies. You're gonna learn about security compliance. There is responsibilities that you're gonna have. So I'm gonna show you some of the responsibilities here. So you can see I'm gonna go in depth about this later on. But basically, the customer has responsibilities and AWS has responsibilities. And of course, all the security part. So why I'm so interested on this? Well, there is a lot of startups out there, and for you to basically get something running, you need to secure the data center, find people, wait for delivery, wait for quotes, find the people to do the job. It takes a lot of time for you to just get a business going. But with AWS or public cloud services, everything happens just like it could be minutes, seconds by the time you can have the service of the application that you need to have running. Maybe it's something simple. Maybe you don't need to develop anything. Maybe already exists and you fork a code and boom, it is running. So the goal is to get you to have a big overview of systems and understand that platform engineering and SRE engineer is the way to go, because you have to learn observability, you have to learn security, you need to learn how to watch and install your hypervisor, your containers, your if your codes, your patching, everything. So instead of this is basically the new DevOps. So before they were looking for a DevOps engineer, well now it's like platform engineering, SRE engineer, right? So by you learning all these concepts, you're gonna have a solid career with us, with me and Cloud Underground. Why? Because in the future we plan to do consultancy together. So if you learn with me, Cloud Canada and Cloud Underground, we're gonna give you opportunities. So I'm gonna show you who is Cloud Underground here. Cloud Underground is a company from the US, and basically they have different services. That's what they do. They focus on DevSecOps. There is a dojo where there is products you can buy. They help you to build basically anything. They have their own cloud, right? They have their own cloud. They have businesses. They have services. They are already an established company, and they have been coaching me, and I've been helping them with what they do too as well. And I would like you to be part of my team or our team. Okay. So you see how a consulting hours, they have licenses too. Oh, wow. Nice. Nice. They got a lot of stuff in here. Anyways, that's them. And if you follow my website, littcloud.ca, you can check my services in here, which I have a few different services. Okay. And I have a tab here for Cloud Underground where you can register for free and basically download all my studies resources. Okay. So littcloud, as you can see, is a company that is built with the community. Feel free to book something with me here or text me on WhatsApp. That's okay too. Okay. So yes, feel free to contact me. Again, we are heading into, we're trying to get certified this month if we can. And the goal is to get you to be a platform engineer, SRE engineer, and to start using anything to do with microservices and public cloud or private cloud or maybe hybrid cloud. So all these concepts you're going to learn here. I'm going to be posting more videos. I'm going to upload this video here. I'm going to create a new playlist for AWS, and then you can follow along. Okay. In the meantime, yeah, I think this video is good for now. Introduction. Thank you very much, Jorge, with Abalo's Cloud Native and Nexus Technologies. Feel free to join my community. Don't forget to subscribe. Check littcloud.ca. Check cloudunderground.dev right here, this website here. Feel free to just start working with us, learning platform engineering, which is very much a lot of stuff. And the best way to learn cloud is by learning cloud native. What is cloud native? Cloud native is basically microservices and containers, Kubernetes, public cloud, private cloud, open source, and much more. All right, so have a good day, September 4th, 2024, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.